Good morning, Edward. Good morning, Charles. It is a joy for me to introduce the second Luminspino Powwow or Luminspino Talks edition. Like last time, Edward, thank you for being the co-host of this discussions. It is every time a new exploration. It is every time a new invitee. And today, Charles de Monchy is joining us from the Netherlands. Charles is a process facilitator and has been for long engaged actually all over the world in supporting teams to develop new initiatives and new projects. He has done that in very unconventional ways and very impactful ways. I have known Charles for more than 10 years, I believe, and we have done a lot of work actually in Timișoara as part of EU-funded projects. And well, yes, today it's a joy, and I'm very much looking forward to this edition of the talks. Thank you, Charles, for joining us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, Luca.
Hi, Charles. It's great to meet you, and I'm very grateful to Luca for giving me the opportunity to connect with you in this way. I hear that you're very interested in how professionals solve problems. And one of the problems that I've been dealing with is lockdown, and we've all been dealing with it. And I'm wondering how you, as a problem solver, dealt with the last 2 years.
Oh, well, thank you. It's a long story, but to make a long story short, I started studying again, and I'm now into preparing a PhD proposal, which is quite amazing, back to university. It all came about because I was at the start of the endemic. I was involved with primary healthcare network in one of the poorest areas in the city nearby, Utrecht, and I was amazed how these guys, and well, they are mostly women, how these people were well organized, and I was happy to attend. I attended some meetings from youth care professionals. And the way they got their work organized, it was amazing. And they have the performance in Utrecht on youth care is also amazing. They have no waiting lists. They have no administrative burdens. Everybody wants to work there, which is a huge contrast with the rest of the country. You know, and that was why I was so amazed, because in the rest of the countries, you have very large bureaucratic problems, huge waiting lists for specialistic healthcare, and professionals who do not manage to organize the services. So I was amazed and said, how is this possible? This difference? How in one municipality they work wonders. And in most others, it's not possible. So I started studying that, and I wrote several articles about, you know, I discovered a little bit why the bureaucratic mess existed, and I wrote articles about it. But in the end, it's boring, you know, to study failure. And what I really wanted to do was how the hell do they do it on the ground? They because in the end, they managed to do better healthcare with less money. And, you know, youth care is very, very difficult because you have to link with municipality teams. You have to link with general practitioners, with the schools, with the safety, you know, the judiciary realm, etc., etc. Well, so that's what I wanted to do, and in the end, a professor in organizational networks, he read my articles and he said, well, okay. I said, can I get a study out of this? And then he said, well, I'll give it a try. And since then, I've been doing that. And I'll give you a clue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it sounds like you've hit on something very interesting. And
Yeah.
you know, one of the things that Raluca and I've been talking about is what next.
What next?
I'm curious to know how you're looking forward and how you're going to take this very interesting project forward.
Yeah. Well, this is the point. I'm now getting my proposal approved, and then I'm going to study and talk to the professionals how they actually do it. And I don't know, because if you look at all the scientific, all the research which is being done, everybody talks to the managers and the professionals, and you know, they talk to the managers and the directors, but not to the professionals, the people in the field. So that's what I'm going to do. And there's three things I want to finish with, because what strike me, I don't know how they do it, but I know a few things. And one is there's no magic involved. It is just common sense. And the second thing I noticed, that where the professionals work well, they do this in a friendly environment. And the managers and the directors actually listen to the professionals. And that's the secret. They seem to communicate well, and they say, well, do this, do that, and then they do it. And the last thing I discovered, to my amazement, when I looked into these successful areas, you know, they started 6 years ago with a classic co-design strategy. Professionals, parents, managers and directors together said, how do we want to do the ideal system? A classical co-design strategy, and then they set on implementing it, and then they managed to do it in 5-6 years.
Sounds fantastic.
Yes, so it can be done.
There's no magic involved, apparently, and it's all about co-creation, co-planning, and having a positive working environment where people listen to each other. Yes. Sounds ideal to me.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Raluca, you're another professional problem solver, I know, from having worked with you for a long time. What's your response to the issues and the ideas that Charles been sharing with us?
Well, I resonate a lot, and I believe that what Charles is sharing with us is actually a new generation of strategy work. So it's a new approach, and I'm sure that pandemic pushed us somehow to also innovate in this term of how we design strategies, how we take decisions when it concerns development. And when I would like to reply with a couple of examples from the recent smart city strategy process that myself with Luminspino facilitated. Actually, you know, when we start working at a strategy, the fear number one is, yeah, we don't want this strategy to remain on a shelf. This is the destiny of many strategies, and we don't want to end up there. And first of all, we disrupted the idea that we need to start by analysis of information available. So analysis of data. We started actually by having a conversation with a core group of professionals, not official organizations or officially nominated people from organizations. We started a conversation, a structured one, with a core group that initiated the whole process of strategy. And actually that was the ball that started rolling, and the entire 6-month process got the impulse of this first conversation, and everything was built on the first conversation. Of course, we brought in data, we analyzed statistical information, we confirmed what the professionals already know. we enforce what the professionals already know. But nevertheless, we didn't get stuck in any type of theoretical approach, but we went live in the field where people actually solve problems every day. And we said, okay, we have a new issue to solve, to make Timișoara a smart city. We know that there are many resources available already here, but they are non-active. They are not manifesting. Right. So, okay, let's use what we have in a structured way. Of course, it took 6 months, and it's a natural or a very it's a process that builds by itself, and you have to leave it freely to build by itself. So at the end of the day, when I saw the mayor of Timișoara and his team with enthusiasm and with so much looking forward to implement this strategy, and when I saw them presenting it, owning it completely, I said, okay, well, this is the measure of well, it means we did well, you know.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful. And Luca and Charles, I'm so sorry, we've got 1 minute left. So are there any comments you'd like to make or reflections, both of you? Maybe Charles
I have
first.
one reflection. I have one reflection about on the Lucas. I talked to one of the general practitioners in Utrecht, and in one of they said, do you have any method of how you do this? It looks like magic. And then she thought for a time, and she said, well, we go where the energy is. And that's what you do.
Yes.
Because
just before I give the final word. Yeah, I need to pass the final word to Raluca. I'm sorry, but before I do, when you were talking, Charles, and Raluca, I was thinking about flow theory and all the activities that you described to me. You've made me want to think, oh, I wish I'd been involved in that. And I'm very keen on flow, because it's to me, it's when people are totally involved in what they're doing and they're absorbed in it, and it carries them forward. And it seems very similar to what you've been describing. So handing back to Raluca from Luminspino, what are your final thoughts today?
Well, my final thought would be that I treasure very much the fact that we are achieving impact not with artificial intelligence, but with intelligence. I very much believe in this knowledge that is in the minds of the people, not so much that we give it away to machines. So I really believe that value by process facilitation is coming from people's minds. And yes, it is as well this enthusiasm. Okay, we are joining up for a common cause, for a common future. New future.
Fantastic. So that was my phone telling me that we've overrun. So I want to thank Charles in particular for joining us this morning, and thank Raluca for giving us the opportunity to have this conversation, which I've thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you very much, guys, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you to both of you. Bye.